Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2.2 EX diesel. This particular car has covered 69,000 miles. It has a lovely full service history attached to the car, and it's about to go for an independent MOT. Finished in twilight blue with a black leather interior, which looks fantastic on the car, and it's in lovely condition. Front of the car, lights, lenses, clear, intact, no cracks, no condensation. Bonnet, absolutely wonderful. Hardly a stone chip anywhere on there at all. Near side, mirror smooth in the panel work, no indentations that are immediately obvious. Near side front wheel, no marks on there, and that's the side that takes all of the bashing, in all honesty. Sorry, just wait for the car to go by. Panel work's really clean. Near side rear alloy, again, absolutely wonderful condition. Worth pointing out, car will be also, prior to going for the MOT, tyres will pass MOT, but we can put brand new tyres on the car because they're getting low enough where they will need changing in due course. Back of the car, really clean again. Offside of the vehicle, again, wonderfully smooth. It is in really lovely condition. Offside rear alloy, again, lovely, just a little bit of marking right on the outside edge. And the remaining panels, that's superb. So externally, the car, I mean, it really is in absolutely wonderful condition. Coming to the boot now, again, enormous boots on the cars, and this is where cars of this type tend to be very heavily used, yet that's been given an incredibly light life. Let's come to the back of the car. Enormous amounts of rear leg room. It's incredible back here. The front seats are set for me, and I'm over 6 foot tall. Leatherwork again in really good condition back here. Full set of original Honda CR-V. These are the rubberized mats, which are really sought after on the car. Let's come into the front now. Again, all very clean and tidy. Passenger seat there, and kept in really lovely condition. Finally, coming on the driver's side, again, all very clean. The driver's seat itself, the one that takes all of the bashing, shows very little wear at all. So inside the car now, engine's running through this section so the dash can be seen illuminated. Dashboard looks absolutely wonderful condition. Sat nav, you can see they're working perfectly. Pop the car to reverse. Get that lovely clear gridded parking camera, all working exactly as it should. And that does double up as a DVD player as long as you're stationary and with the handbrake on, so you can actually watch films in, which we have done. But it really is fabulous condition in here. Come up to the binnacle there, 69,476 miles. There are no warning lights on the car at all whilst the engine's running. It is very clean and tidy in here. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2.2 EX diesel. This particular car is registered RO63CVM, and mileage at the start of the video is 69,470 miles. The reason, as always, for doing these videos is very simple. We just want to ensure that if anyone is online looking at this car in our adverts, they actually get to see the very car advertised in operation. And as we always say, the reason we feel it's important is very simple. It's because we've been to see cars which have looked perfectly good in the adverts, only to get there, drive it, and find out it's got a fundamental issue which we'd much rather known about before setting off. So that's why we do it. We also do it on these very quiet country roads, very close to our premises in this lovely part of Gloucestershire. This actually forms part of the road test route that we take customers on, so hopefully then it'll be representative of what you'll feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car in question, push button starts on the top of the range cars, engine starts instantly, it settles to completely smooth, even idle. No warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge is running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. The engines, as always, I mean, they are absolutely brilliant diesel engines. This one's been clearly very well maintained. They are wonderfully smooth and quiet in operation. Only sort of you're only really aware it's a diesel, probably in sort of first and second gear, where even a Honda can't engineer out that noise. But on the move, it's so sweet sounding compared to some diesels. And unlike so many, which are I always think they're kind of one-trick ponies, they lull you into thinking, or lure you into thinking that they're going quicker than they are, because they have an initial thrust, but then they die away very quickly. They've got a very, very, very narrow power band. Whereas with this one, it picks up very low revs with real guts, but when you put your foot down, it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. It's a wonderful engine and so smooth, as I said. Timing chain on these cars, no timing belts, so no monster service looming on them. And in terms of reliability and longevity, they are absolutely unmatched in their class in normal operation. Engine then feeds through into clutch and gearbox. Clutch on the car, nice and smooth in operation. All smooth, no squeaks or anything at all. It's all good. Gearbox, as I always maintain on these CR-Vs, well, it's a fantastic gearbox, which would very happily go into any of Honda's more sporty cars. It's short and throw, it's kind of mechanical in feel, which is ironic given the fact that it's actually a cable that joins the gear lever to the gearbox underneath. But Honda make a real effort to make them feel engineered, and they really are. It's not artificial, it's beautifully done, and the gear change feels as it would have done when it was new. Steering on the car, tracks absolutely dead straight. There's no, I don't know why I always end up doing that when I'm going around a corner, but I'll do it again because it does. It tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, and it's a lovely power steering setup because it feels nicely weighted on the road, feels very confidence inspiring. But when you go through corners like this one here, there's minimal movement required to get the car through the corner. Not having to constantly adjust the steering, it's very precise and accurate. It just feels very, very car-like. The chassis of the vehicle, again, when you go through the corners, it flows absolutely brilliantly. It's very controlled. There's very little pitch and wallow going on with the car compared to so many of its competitors. And it's not to say it's a sports car, because it is not. It's far from it. It's an incredibly comfortable and very capable family car. Some motoring press sort of, it's a bit dull, it's a bit this. Well, the reality is, if you want a sports car, you buy a sports car. People buy these for a reason, and rightly so. It is a brilliantly sorted family car. It is absolutely fantastic. By the way, there's no kind of nasty sort of knocking noises or clattering coming from under the suspension that shouldn't be there when it goes over a bump. I just sort of check these things, but all in very, very good order there. It is going to be checked because it's going to be going for an MOT hopefully later today anyway, and that's done independently of us. Just going to give the brakes a bit of a shove. Just wait to get around the corner a second and make sure no one's directly behind me. So bear with me 1 second. So good, powerful brakes on the car. Actually makes the hazard lights come on if you hit them hard enough, as it's just done there. What I'm looking for is good initial bite, which it has, but there's no kind of pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal at all, so all in good order. So coming inside, first things first, as I always say, they are beautifully put together cars. This hasn't been cleaned yet, by the way, although it is very, very, very clean in here. It's not going to take much. But what a superbly made car. No squeaks, no rattles, no buzzers from the trim, and that's standard fare for these CR-Vs. They are superbly made, and just a lovely place to sit with fantastic visibility. These massive wing mirrors, which give you really nice sense of you're in control when you're on the road. You can see what's going on around you. And then a dashboard, which is really nicely designed because it's very heavily equipped, but it doesn't phase, it doesn't intimidate. You've got this big screen sat nav all working perfectly. You've got a dual zone climate control system offering you different temperatures side to side. Again, pumping out absolutely ice cold air. Switch gear quality, as I always say, you press them, it's like sort of rubbery, high quality, click click. It's brilliantly done. I know it sounds sort of a silly little thing, but it really is important on these cars. Heated seats again, all working exactly as they should. In front of me, dash binnacle is typical of Honda, simple, easy to read, legible. not overdone, and it just it gives you the information you need and no more, and very, very well done indeed. As I said, steering wheel pretty much looks and feels as new in hand, leather bound and the perfect diameter. This is a four-wheel drive version of the CR-V, albeit there are no buttons to press because it does it all for you. Honda worked out very quickly that the vast majority of its customers would be driving as I am today in perfectly good conditions. So, you know, why have four-wheel drive constantly wearing away? Because all you achieve with that is you're going to get through more fuel, you're going to get through your tyres more quickly, and you're going to put more mechanical stress through the vehicle. So only as and when it needs to go into four-wheel drive will it do so, because it runs in front-wheel drive pretty much the whole time, which is the most efficient way to pull a car along. If you hit some snow, ice or mud and the front wheels start to lose grip, it instantly brings in the rear wheels seamlessly to give you four-wheel drive. And I've got a CR-V, I tow a caravan with my CR-V, I need the four-wheel drive, and I've used it and it's brilliant. And the beauty of the fact that it's only been used infrequently, of course, helps with reliability, because we've been selling Hondas using this system for nearly 3 decades now, and not so much as put a spanner on any of them on the four-wheel drive system of the cars. As I said at the start of the video, the point is, albeit brief, to show the car in operation, but to feedback anything. But the car drives absolutely beautifully. They always do. They're such a lovely, well-engineered vehicle, which is why they're so sought after second hand. As always, if you've got any questions, don't hesitate, do give us a call.